Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Europa Universalis 4. And when we were last left off, we were getting ready to move on England, and we have more buildings to build. The marketplace in Co would definitely be worthwhile. Awesome trade power there. And we were just waiting on our truce to expire with England. That is May of 1465. So we are just a few years away from that. Once we get closer, Amor is the seat of a new cardinal. So, papal interactions. We've got a decent chance. I mean, we have a lot of cardinals in here. We could dip our hat in there. We could spend the 50 cardinal points, or the holy points, to do some of this stuff. But, you know, one click isn't bad to see if we become the papal controller. I'm not going to go nuts. So we'll use the Pope while we can. If you remember in the last episode, the religious reform desire is increasing. So Protestantism and Reformed may peek its head around soon. What I would like to do also, to get ready for our war with England, is to make sure he hasn't picked up any new allies. And in fact, Holland is his only ally. So what I'll do is I will split this transports in half. 18 should be enough. We only need 7 to transport these guys across. As a matter of fact, we will bring a whole 20 over here. Oh, we got some light ships up in this piece. No, sir. You will also help protect trade in the, oh, those are heavies. That's right, the heavies were escorting our transports. That's fine. We'll definitely need those heavies with our transports for what I want to do. I want to get a transport over here in Essex ready to go to Holland and land. That way we can get on Holland quick, fast, and in a hurry and apply some siege to them and have a strong enough army that they won't fight back, essentially. So we will grab 20 transports and get them over here to Essex. So they will go ahead and dock up, and then as soon, well, maybe even a month before, I'll go ahead and get them on the boat out there in the coast of Holland. That way when we declare and Holland answers the call, we will land directly on them. They won't even know what hit them. All right. So marketplaces would not be that beneficial anymore. Let's take a look and see if churches would be beneficial. Not really. Do we have a place for a fort that we can put down? Right here around York is really unprotected, so we could put it in Scarborough. It would be a coastal fort, and that would protect these counties here, which would be really strong. And they would have to get through us for sure. Let's go ahead and build it. Oh, we can't, huh? No, it costs 180. Derp. I'm an idiot. Okay, we'll save up 180 gold. That won't be too much of a thing. We're making 13 ducats a month. Truce expires in 65. Let's go ahead and recall our diplomat because we will need that diplomat to declare the war in the first place. So we'll have him sit for a little bit. Making that money. 1465 is where we go. Spy network strength drops down to 75, but we were above 75, so that will decay and then increase past. So we should be fine. All right, here is January 64 coming up, which means we are 1 year away from getting our armies up to full maintenance. We discovered a French agent trying to fabricate claims on us. So we've got troops there ready to go. We got troops there ready to go. This 14 is ready to go. Looks like their fleet is 1 medium ship and 3 transports. Heresy. So Leicester, local unrest, crackdown for 30 dip. We're not going to be spending any Diplo points this war. We have claims literally on anything, on everything England owns, and we are not going to try to take the tech anytime soon. We're at a 14 plus 15% penalty. We'll crack down on it, lose some Diplo power, that is fine. We're doing that administrative idea group, so that didn't even hurt our ideas, so that seems to make the most sense to me. All right, about 6 months until we go full maintenance. We can build our fort now, and right there in Scarborough should be fine. So it'll be under construction for a bit, but I believe we are getting some construction speed out of this. It probably won't be done by the time the war kicks off. In fact, it definitely won't. But that is fine. I won't spend any more money. We'll sort of build our nest egg up a bit here, so when we go full maintenance, we can afford to reinforce the manpower. Because no wars are fought, you know, not losing anyone, although that would be quite an achievement, win a war without losing a single soldier. That would definitely be interesting. You would be a junior partner in the alliance, and they would do all the work, and you would technically win. That'd be cheesy as all get out for sure. All right, still protecting trade. I don't believe England has that much of a navy, and we can check the ledger once we hit January. We'll check and see what kind of fleet Holland is bringing, and if they are in any war already. And it looks like they actually are. So Holland is a defender against Cologne in a Colonian conquest. So now that Holland is actually in another war, he might not honor the call from England to defend, which would help us out tremendously. All right, army maintenance up all the way. We'll still make 6 ducats a month, and everyone's morale will slowly tick up month by month. So we should have enough morale to go for broke by the time the truce is up in May, probably going on June. So yes, indeedy, everyone's morale is increasing. We should be fine and ready to go. As soon as I declare the war, I'll drop down to speed 2 and get ourselves going. So it says the truce is done now. We'll wait for our 1 tick of morale. And there we go. So, let's get ourselves set. Is Holland still in the war? It does look so. No, they are not. They're wrecked. They are being sieged down, it looks like, Den Haag, which would help us out tremendously. But let's go. We have 73% spy strength against England. We were to declare war on something we can take very quick, fast, and in a hurry. Let's take Carmarthen, because we're right there. He will honor the call. Oof. Attitude towards enemies. Just for giggles, I want to see if I were to give you guys an alliance. Let's try sending a gift first. 7, 14, 21, 25. If we send him $100, that'll be 25 gold. That will offset the opinion. And then maybe we can convince Holland not to join. All right. Go on the first. They'll still join. Yeah. Okay, so it is defensive. We can't swing it. But we can call in Hungary, and we shall. All right, so Norway won't come in. Aragon won't come in. Distant war. A distant war and threaten. No, we're not threatened. Anywho's. All right. Confirm that. We can get our army marching. Get everything going. Load these guys up on the boats. And get you guys here. Let's load you guys up on the boats. And get you guys out here. Oh, we caught them off guard. That was impressive. Nice. Okay, so let's land them. on the capital. They've got 8K there, so we don't want to definitely land our troops here, because that would be a crossing, and that is a really strong leader, a 356. They might actually do some damage to us. That will be interesting indeed. Let's go ahead then and pick these guys to land on man. And there we go. So once these guys make landfall on the 8th of August, I'm surprised he's not going to try to counter. All right, so we've got the war goal and we have that other holding. Once these guys land on man, I'll bring the ships around to blockade. All right, we'll recall that diplomat, that's fine. There we go. Stack wipe. Let's get the blockade going. And then once these guys land, well, we'll maintain our blockade over there. They do have 6 transports and 1 medium ship and 1 heavy. So we want to maintain that for sure. But we've got Devon blockaded now. We've got Man occupied. We got Carmarthen occupied. And as a matter of fact, we don't want to do a whole lot of looting here or just wrecking the countryside. So let's go down to Hampshire. You can hold 41 troops. And then you guys can just stay there and do your business. That's fine. So we'll have a bit of a backup just in case he decides to get froggy and pull transports off and land. We'll have some troops there to counter. All right, so siege speed is really what we're going for now. And for some reason, it's not showing me the siege details. All right, speaking of which, let's detach the siege and get you guys over here. So we only need 3K, and we don't want our cavalry taking a lot of losses. So let's shift consolidate and pull a regiment of 1,000 over here to sort of pad the losses, as it were. And then that should be fine. So yeah, that is Papal. Papal controller is the controller. I guess that makes sense. Y'all just head on down over here, if you please. All right, country is at war. We know that much. And we're balanced now, 8 and 7, supply shortage. We're making positive gains on this fort still. That's pretty powerful. If we can siege that down and move down to Den Haag, we can get Holland out of the war very quickly. And I don't know, we have plenty of Diplo points. Do we claim one of these counties here? Mild winter and attrition for enemies. And then Den Haag is the Rhine estuary, which is a lot of trade power there. Production research flawed, 50 admin or prestige. We'll do the prestige for now. Battle of Fenestre. That's where he went. All right, so he decided to move down. All right, Siege of Amsterdam is over. Let's get on Den Haag. We're going to win that naval battle. And can we get Holland out of the war now? They have high enthusiasm. They're 100% blockaded. They'll get out right now. But they will not if we take Gentag. But that's going to change. I think we take... Oh, wait. That is the Emperor Imperial territory. So what that symbol means is if we take it, the Holy Roman Emperor and all of his allies are going to say, you know what? That's my land. Give it back. And we don't want to go stepping on the Emperor's toes just yet. So we will take 80 gold. And can we annul... Well, I mean, it wouldn't make sense to annul a treaty. Except for France. Yes, yes, indeed. Can we do Luxembourg as well? No. If we get them away from France, that will make France a much juicier target. We'll send that demand. Sweet. So Holland is out of the war. Our troops are black flagged. But that is fine. We'll go ahead and get on our boats. And then it's just a matter of time until we siege this down. And England will be kaput. All right, defenders desert, 49%. We can take an idea. So this is because we've got 400 Diplo tech. And because we have claims on all this stuff, we won't be spending any Diplo points to get the war done. We are going to be extremely behind. Well, we got the neighbor bonus, but they'll just give us a dock. And we don't care about the dock. We want our colonists. Boom. So now we have a colonist idle. And we can send them to one of these uncolonized territories. So that's 3 development, 5 development, 5 development, 7 development, and 4. Ormond is definitely where we are going to send our colonists. So the colonist has arrived, and he is going to set up the colony. You can see the spread is 25 per year from technology. There's Devon, 100% war score. England cannot say no. Give me everything, good sir. Give me all of your monies, 45 gold. Full annexation, 45 ducats. We gain some prestige, a little bit of aggressive expansion, and 19% overextension. Now, a coalition will not form against us, which is good. We will send that demand, and now England is no more. It has ceased to be. Of course, we're going to have some rebel factions kick up now from the separatism, and it looks like Dorset is going to be a problem. Let's go ahead and get some troops on that. And Carmarthen. So let's go ahead and get these troops up there. And as a matter of fact, y'all don't have anything much to do. Let's go ahead and get you guys up there. And we can pull our transports back to pick up our soldiers from the Isle of Man. And I believe we didn't even pull our ships off protecting trade. So yeah, still protecting trade. We have a colonist working now. And there we go. Let's go ahead and get you on this fort, if you please, good sir. Now, we need to be ready to go against France. Now, that is our prime goal. We were working on a spy network against them. So let's go ahead and start fabricating some more claims here. And that worked out fairly well, I do have to say. England is no more. We're working on our new colony now. Things are going well. We can manage our overextension. We can see that we need 45 admin points to do 7%, 39 to do 6, or we can do 6 right here for 28. So it's cheaper for us to get these 2 cores done. And that will knock our overextension down by 6. And then we should be good to go. So we've got Devon and Man. All right, Essex. Come on down here to Devon, if you please. And Man does have some unrest. Just a little bit, though, because we are a little bit overextended. That will go away. So do we move? The Emperor has enacted a Imperial reform. That's fine. Don't care. Do we do a church? I don't believe we do a church. Some are set for some trade power. That should be fine. We should be collecting a whole lot more out of the English Channel now that we own all of these counties and England is not doing a thing. All right, so France is 21%. We own 29%. So we can start working on these coasts, especially Normandy. That is a pretty big coastal center of trade for some trade power. So we can definitely fabricate on Normandy when the time is right. because we do not have a claim on it. If we were to declare war, we do have Krontinnen, and they have 2 allies that would join them, and we don't have 1. So they won't join us in another war until 75. That's fine. We're working on our spy network strength. Distant war. Attitudes towards enemies. Aragon loves France, apparently. And so does Leon. Interesting indeed. So we don't care about the Holland troops. We're not planning on going to war with them anytime soon. So where do we send our diplomats? Improve relations down here. And top off Leon, probably. Yeah. Alright, so we're constructing those cores, getting some admin points back. We can work on our highest overextension there. And then once we get 39, we will get our last core going. So we've got four claims in India, which we're definitely not going to press, and just the 1 French one. Norway is in a disputed succession. That is interesting. So Norway has no heir. He is 47 years old. And we need to have the same ruling dynasty. So on emperor, or on ruler death, that's going to be interesting. Since we have a royal marriage with them, one of our family may go to the throne, and then we can claim Norway ourselves and get, I mean, all of that. All right, man is cored. That should drop the unrest there. It did for a bit, and that separatism decay will go down. So now we just have man. So it'll go down. We can see about lowering autonomy. Let's take a look at our autonomy map mode here. So Argyll can be dropped. They're at 53% autonomy, and we can drop it down. So down to 28. So Argyll will now be giving us more cash. We can watch Cambridge as its separatism goes down. We can drop it. East March can be dropped. West March can be dropped. And Rennes can be dropped. So it increases the local unrest by 10, but they are not revolting. And by revolting, I mean not, you know, it's not that I don't like them. It's with the -10 autonomy decrease, they still will not choose unrest, and that will give us more taxes. Lowered autonomy increases all of this stuff, so that's making us even more money, which is what we want. All right, France. We need to fabricate a claim on Normandy, if you please. So now we can press that claim in war. And I think we want to wait until Hungary. So lose 10 prestige or national unrest for 10 years. Oy. Prestige is so hard to come by. But we've got a bit. I just don't want to deal with all the unrest. And prestige is affecting our morale and spy detection and improving relations. Institution embracement costs, we aren't close to embracing that institution. It is in none of our provinces. And, of course, a percentage of our development needs to have it. But this is comforting. Aragon's got it. France has got it. And that means it's starting to spread along here up the coast. And once Brittany gets it, it'll spread up here. But I still don't think we're going to be embracing it anytime soon. So we will lose prestige. We'll recall that diplomat. That should be fine. And we will work on our last core. All right, recall those diplomats there. Let's boost with Hungary. No, he's already boosted. But it doesn't hurt to keep him capped off at 200. We can also improve relations with Norway. Indeed. Keep them capped off. So they are right, or wanting to join our war. And I think we go ahead and build this church. I mean, we might as well build it while we have the money. Now, how about a fort? This area looks pretty well unprotected, but so does Scotland. I think if we put one in Perth, that would be pretty powerful. All right, Carmarthen is now our core. That lowers that overextension revolt. Yeah, we're good now. All right, so we've topped off. Gaining cores. How is our... All right, we're at 172 sellers and we need 1,000. A 17.8% chance of increasing at 25 per year. That's pretty good. And then once Ormond comes online, we can send him off to the next development. A great advisor has died. 2 great advisors died on the same day. That is rough, good sir. All right, so we definitely need points. But because we're working on this idea group for the merchant, I think it is better to get the admin guy first. National taxes, yes, please. We aren't converting anybody. So that should be fine. We'll get even more taxes out of him. And then when we can afford to recruit, we'll just do the reinforced speed guy. I mean, it's not going to be worth it as far as what he can do, but it'll be worth it for the monarch point. All right, there you go, Lawrence. All right, so we can invest in technology, and that is Diplo Tech 5. What I think I want to do is hold off until we, because we can keep 1,188 Diplo points. I don't think we can do it. We can recruit an admiral, but that seems like a waste. We're not doing a diplomatic tech group. Yeah, I think we hold off on the diplomatic points until we can start to embrace this institution a bit, or until we get completely capped. Then we'll do something about it. Because all we're going to gain is docks, and that is sailors, and we've got 11,000 and we're not building ships. I mean, we could focus on that rather than buildings going forward, get a bunch of light ships going to protect trade. Certainly would pay for themselves. All right, France, how's your spy network now? All right, so there's Normandy. We can do Picardy. Just basically as much as we can here in the English Channel. So Alsanon, Continent, all those guys. That should be fine. All right, military tech is almost ready to go. That's even more shock, even more fire, even more width, more tactics, and barracks for local manpower. Oh man, that is a tempting tech to take, especially against France, who is on military tech 5. And we are on tech 5 as well. So before we go to war with France, we definitely want a... yeah, that's fine. We lost cores on India. It's been 25 years, but quite frankly, I don't care. We weren't going to press those claims anyway. So those are 3 French cores. If we were to declare war now on France, Ferrara would join, and that is it. Now that is even more tempting. Why ain't Spoleto? Defend the attitude towards enemies and the French diplomatic reputation. So Spoleto. Hey Spoleto. Here's some relations. There you go. So we'll improve relations with Spoleto. So hopefully he doesn't join the war against us. And Pisa really doesn't want to join. 613 in debt and attitude towards enemies. All right, Pisa. Here's some relations. Enjoy. All right, national unrest or lose 10 prestige. God, this prestige is taking a hit. How is our national unrest? Let's take a look at the autonomy and sort by unrest. Yeah, we can afford to do that. But then again, I want to lower the autonomy of all of these provinces. We'll lose the prestige and lower autonomy in all of those old English holdings to get some more money out of all of those guys up here. Yep, right on the money. So yeah, getting more money out of them, 4.81 a month. That should kick into play. And we should be in like a dirty shirt. So we'll continue to improve relations with the guys across the pond. Hopefully Pisa stays in debt. In the meantime, let's take a look at the ledger and see how many troops France would bring to the table. 31,000. I think we can go. I really think so. All right, let's bring these 23 down here. Let's bring these 14 down here. Let's get them stationed in those two. France is building a lot of strength up. Get on the transports and head down here to more, please. Get on the transports and head to Finisterre. And then we'll go back and pick up these 7K. All right, so the question is, how many troops do we want to dedicate to the assault on France, and how many troops do we want to dedicate to homeland security? Because they're going to be coming across fairly quickly. Let's get everybody in London and make sure we have a balanced unit for defense. All right, there we go. Nice and defensive. 26 and 4. That's pretty perfect, actually. We'll keep that there. All right, what kind of French Navy are we looking at here? So France has 14 heavy, 17 lights. They're definitely going the naval game. So before we do anything, we're going to park our trade fleet. For sure. We don't want them getting railed. They only have 20 transports, which means they can only send a 20 stack over. Our 30 stack will be more than capable of handling them. Can we do military tech? Not yet. So I believe we can do that. All right, let's get these armies up. Now, unfortunately, we won't be able to siege down any of our war goals. So hopefully there are no forts. All right, so Normandy, Continenty, or Picardy does not have a fort, but Normandy is blocked by this fort in Chartres. So Continent will be our war goal. Our 15 stack can sweep over, take it without a blockade needed, and we can get ticking war score, and then we can just sort of hold the line here as best we can. I believe that will work just fine. Now, can we stretch this out until... Oh, we have no diplomats to send. All right, we need 35 spy network strength. Let's just improve over the monthly tick. There we go. Let's bring you back from your... Well, Pisa's probably closer. Let's bring you back from Pisa. 19 days so I can take a look at what we've got here. So Hungary will not join until 75. I'm not going to wait 5 years. Ferrara will accept. They're in debt. I wish they would go even more in debt. Yeah, if we declared now, that would break their alliance with Spoleto and Pisa. They would not honor the call. And of course, we broke off Holland. So they aren't going, they're not even a thing. So yeah, I think what we do is we just wait for our military tech to go up. And as soon as it does, we go. That should be fine. And France has to know what we're doing. We're not going to get any new unit types, so our guys are not going to suffer. Statesman has died. Diploman, morale of Navy. Bleh. I'd rather not. All right, where's our military tech? Almost, probably one more month. And even though we have a tremendous penalty, we need this. All right, so that's going to be it. And I think this is a good enough place to call it here, ladies and gentlemen. So we will take military tech. We will wait for the first of the month for that last good bit of income. All right, we tell our Navy, you go right home. And then we go. And it looks like France is already at war with Franconia. They are indeed. Attacker against the Faranese conquest of Würzburg. Interesting. Where are you guys at? Würzburg. Occupied by Ferrara. Now that is an interesting development. France is over at war with this, so their troops might not be anywhere near here. Oh, how juicy indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's declare the war. Their two allies will not come in. We are not calling anyone in, and we are going to take continent and confirm. Nice, and mission is fulfilled. The 100 Years' War. Nice, we declared war at France. So that will give us a permanent claim in the Ile-de-France area. Strategic control. So if the French capital is controlled by Great Britain or a subject of Great Britain, we will get strategic control. So if Paris falls, that will be ideal. But that is going to do it for me in this episode of Europa Universalis. Ladies and gentlemen, right now our trade fleet is coming home. We have all of our troops stationed ready to go. And I believe what we are going to do is we are going to assign our good leader here. We are going to break off a 2-stack to get that done. We're going to tell this guy to move forward. And we've got this 13-stack who is unbalanced. All right, matter of fact, you hold there. You pull 1 infantry back to merge up there. You 20 move forward to Alsanon. And then that should be good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are all set. I'll drop it to speed 2. We've got defensive on the home front. Maybe I should have pulled a little bit more troops over. But I think this should be good enough, especially if they are occupied over here and taking losses. They may merc up, which if that's the case, we have our transport fleet right here, ready to just skip across the channel and provide reinforcements. That's going to do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in. And in the next episode, we wreck France. Take care.